We shall see the next problem on spur gears. Specify the details of a spur gear to transmit 20 kilowatt at 1200 rpm. The teeth are 20-degree full depth involute system having 16 teeth on pinion and a speed ratio of 3:1. Assume that the starting torque is 20% more than the mean torque. So here they are asking us to design the entire spur gear. They have given the power to be transmitted and the speed, and they have given the pressure angle. So we have to design the gear teeth now. Initially we'll write the given data. Power given is 20 kilowatt at 1200 rpm. So as I said earlier, the one which generates power is pinion and the one which receives power is gear, or we can also call it as driver and driven. So here they have given the speed of driver. So we will consider the driver as N1, 1200 rpm. Teeth are 20-degree full depth involute. Alpha pressure angle 20-degree full depth involute having 16 teeth on pinion. Z1 16 and speed ratio I is equal to 3:1. Assume that the starting torque is 20% more than the mean torque. So MT, we will call torque as MT. So starting torque, if we will call this as MT max, is equal to 1.2. 20% is 1.2 times the mean torque. Mean torque is simply, we will call it as MT. So we need to find the module, B face width, dynamic tooth load, endurance force. Initially we'll assume the material properties for the gear. So since they are not given any material properties, we shall assume the materials. So assuming So we shall assume the material from data handbook. There is a table in page number 234. In page number 234 there is a table, allowable stresses for allowable stress sigma d to use in Lewis formula. So here they have given the material, allowable stress and BHN. This is hardness, brittle hardness. So we are going to assume cast steel or steel C45 untreated. Here it is steel C45 untreated and the allowable stress is 233.4 MPa. So allowable stresses is 233.4 MPa. This is from table 12.7, page number 234. So since they have given the gear ratio, we can find the N2 and Z2. into we can calculate as 400 rpm. Also similarly we can find the value of z2. They are given the value of z1, so we can find gear ratio 3 into 16, we will get the value of z2. We have found out the speed of gear, we have number of teeth on gear, and we have assumed material. So now we shall find the weaker member. So the product of sigma d and y, this will give the data to identify the weaker member. So first we shall consider the equation. So Lewis form factor, we need to consider y for given 20 degree involute full depth involute system. So we have to consider this because in formula in question they have given 20 degree full depth involute system. So y we have to take this equation. So this is equation 12.5d, page number 204. y1 is equal to z1, the value of z1 is 16. So I'll get the value of y1 as 0.097, and similarly finding y2, in place of z1 I'll put z2. The value of z2 is 48. The value of y2 I'll get the value as 0.135. Now finding the weaker member by multiplying the allowable stresses with the Lewis form factor y. The value of sigma d1 y1 is, so since the value of allowable stresses is same for both pinion and gear, we can see that the value form factor which is less, so it will be design will be based on that value. So by comparing y1 and y2, we have the sigma d values as same. So even if we multiply this with y1 and y2, we will get the same answer. So without multiplying this allowable stresses, simply finding the lowest value. So the Lewis form factor is lowest for the y1, that is pinion. So our design should be based on weaker member. So here the weaker member is gear, so design should be based on pinion. Now we shall take equations from data handbook. So to find the value of module, there is an equation. This is the equation for module. cube root of 2 mt by sigma d cv yz. So here there are some values. We need to assume some values because we are unaware. We shall assume the value of k as 10 and cv as 0.5. cv as 0.5. Taking the equation for module 12.5b, page number 204. This equation is from equation 12.5b, page number 204. Also we shall take power is equal to 2 pi n t by 60. So power is 2 pi n t by 60. This is mt. We will call torque as mt here. So 2 pi n t by 60. Since the weaker member is pinion, it should be n1. Now we shall find the torque from the given power equation. As I said, this is n1. So in the question they have given the power as 20 kilowatt. N1 is 1200 RPM. So the value of M2 I'll get by solving this equation is 159.15 Newton meter. So we can convert this value to Newton millimeter by multiplying 10 power 3. But they are given that the maximum torque is 20% more than the nominal torque. So this is nominal torque and the maximum torque is 20% more, that is 1.2 times this value. So we shall multiply by 1.2. The maximum torque is 191 into 10 power 3 Newton mm. So we have assumed the value of K and CV. So we can find the value of module now. Here we had considered the formula for module. Here module M is equal to cube root of 2 times mt by sigma d cv k yz. So here I have substituted the values for that. So this is 2 times mt, this is sigma d. Since we are considering design based on pinion, this is sigma d1 and this is cv, we had assumed 0.5. This is k, we have assumed 10. this is y is equal to pi into y1. So y1 we have already calculated here. So this multiplied by pi, we will get this value, and this is z1. So now from this equation we will get the value of module as 4.06 mm. So we shall approximate this value to 5 mm from standard table for the modules. There is one table for module in page number 229. Here in page number 229, recommended series of modules. So here you can see preferred choice 1 and 2. So here I have got the value as 4.0 something. I will consider the standard value 5. So this is from table 12.2, page number 229. So once I'll get the module, I can find the diameters of both pinion and gear. D1 is mz1, 5 into z1. The value of z1 is 16. So D1 I'll get the value as 80 mm. Similarly, I'll find the value of D2 is equal to mz2, 5 into 48. So the value of D2 is 240 mm. Now we shall find the value of face width. B is equal to 10 into m. So the value of m is 5. So B is equal to 50 mm. Now since we had assumed CV, since CV was assumed, we have to check for FT. We have to check for sigma d1. In previous problem also we had checked for sigma d1, whether we will get below sigma d or above sigma d. So in this problem also similarly we shall check. Before checking, we will consider the formula FT. FT is equal to pi sigma d CV by m. So this formula we have to take. FT is equal to pi sigma d CV by m. So this is from equation 12.5a, page number 204. So here first we have to find the value of CV. So before finding CV, we have to find the velocity. Velocity V equals pi dn by 60. So this is d1 n1. d1 is 80 mm and n1 is 1200 divided by 60. We will get the value of velocity as 5.03 meter per second. So here I have to include 1000 because this 80 it is in mm. So to convert that to meters, I have included 1000. So I get 5.03 meter per second. Now I can find the value of CV. So here you can see from page number 205, there is different values of CV for different velocities. So here this is velocity up to 8 meter per second. We have to take this formula, and if it is greater than 8 meter per second and less than 13 meter per second, we have to take this formula. So like that, I have got the value of velocity as 5 meter per second. So I'll take this formula. 3.05 divided by 3.05 plus V. So this is equation 12.6a, page number 205. The value of CV I'll get as 0.377. Now we'll find the value of FT. FT I'll get from page number 206. Here 12.8a, this is FT. Tangential force is equal to 2mt divided by d. So this is d1 since design is based on pinion. So we shall take this mt as mt max, because in question they have already given the maximum torque developed is 20% more than the nominal torque. So we shall take the maximum torque itself. 2 into the maximum torque is 191 into 10 power 3. Into 10 power 3 divided by d1 is 80 mm. So the value of tangential force I'll get as 4775 newtons. 4775 newtons. Now in this equation we shall substitute the value for Ft, Cv, B, Y, M, and we'll check for sigma d. So in previous problem also we had done like this. So if the available value is less than or equal to the stresses which we had assumed, then the design is safe. So we'll check. B is 50, Y is Y1 0.097 into M module is 5. So the value of sigma d1 which I'll get from this is 166 MPa, and it is less than 233.4 MPa. So the design procedure which I have adopted is correct. So you can see that the value obtained is 166 MPa and it is less than 233.4 MPa. This value was the value which we had assumed in the starting of the problem, because they had not given any details about materials. So we had assumed this value. Now the design is safe, so we can proceed further.